Dan Tehan yesterday and how that all transpired, because he came out firing against the Victorian Premier but then backtracked. What happened there?
Did he ever? So we saw yesterday Dan Tehan, the Federal Education Minister, accused Daniel Andrews, the Victorian Premier, of a failure of leadership on not pushing for a return to schools earlier. And then a few hours later, he issued a statement of withdrawal in relation to his comments. Now, Mr Tehan, it should be borne in mind, is a former diplomat, but he wasn't particularly diplomatic yesterday. It seems that statement of withdrawal came after the Prime Minister's office instructed Tehan to do it. Almost immediately after his interview on the ABC yesterday, I'm told the PM's office reached out to Daniel Andrews' office. After this, Mr Tehan was told by the Prime Minister's office to withdraw his comments, which he did. The PM's view, as I understand it, Kieran, is it's one thing to prosecute the case against Victoria, that they should have the schools go back. Another entirely to accuse a Premier in the National Cabinet process of a failure of leadership. Really, this could have put Victoria's participation in the National Cabinet in doubt without the statement withdrawing the remarks. The relationship between Morrison and Andrews has been good by now, as has the relationship between their officers. Mr Tehan had been moved emotionally when he made his comments by representations from parents to him begging for a return to school, and that's why he lashed out. Now, a big development today, as you mentioned earlier, with Queensland announcing a return to school for Year 12, kindergarten and other grades staged that way. What the New South Wales Teachers Federation was calling for, a staging of grades. Instead, in New South Wales, Gladys Berejiklian sending them back 1 day a week in 2 days' time. Queensland had also considered a number of options, including attending in the mornings, attending in the afternoons, in terms of social distancing, but they just believed it was more important for Year 12 in their HSC year and kindergarten to go back first. There are hopes from the federal government today that with Queensland making this move, it's really significant, and that the ACT could follow and even Victoria might follow. Now, National Cabinet tomorrow, as we know, and Friday, they'll consider easing restrictions, including perhaps a timetable for when cafes and restaurants could open, though that's more difficult than other considerations like further retail in the economy and community sport. We know, as you said, Kieran, that the New Zealand PM, Jacinta Ardern, will drop into the meeting. She'll be there for half the meeting after being invited by Scott Morrison. It's been put to me there's no chance of permanent participation there. She's just there to have a look and listen to how Australia's going and about our tracing app.